Hey, Ben here. In this video, I'm going to share with you some very simple and effective movement exercises that can help you get out of freeze mode. So we've all heard the terms fight or flight mode, and then the counter side to that, the rest and digest mode. But there is this third mode that the brain can go into, which is sometimes referred to as freeze mode. Now, freeze mode often comes about when we're feeling overwhelmed. We feel like we're a little bit deer in the headlights. Our muscles can tense up, our feet can feel heavy, and as the name implies, we can just feel frozen in place. So one of the ways that we can get out of this mode pretty quickly is by kind of wiggling our way out, literally. We can start to do some rotational movements that signal back to your brain that you can't be frozen, you can't be stuck, because your body is actually in motion. So a lot of these exercises are probably things that you've done maybe in gym class when you were a kid, but they're pretty simple joint rotation movements. I like to do it from the top down, so starting with some neck rotations and just keeping really subtle ranges of motion here. Gradually, as you get a little bit of stretch going, you can broaden that range and feel free to follow along, but just pick a direction and start creating a little bit of movement in your neck. And we'll pause there and go back in the other direction. From there, I like to raise my hands and we can do wrist rolls. We can do them both at the same time here. And go in the other direction. And then following along with that, we can do elbow rotations. So we're now moving our forearms. Imagine you've got two big crayons, one in each hand, and you're making circles like this. And we can go back the other direction. Now, as you're doing this, try and relax your shoulders, relax your neck and jaw. Take some deep breaths, let out a bit of a sigh. And then we're going to expand that movement into the shoulders. So now rotating the arms from the shoulders. Doesn't really matter if your hands are in front or out to the side, if they're big circles or small circles. Just get a comfortable circular motion flowing. And then we'll pause and we'll go in the opposite direction. Then we'll let our hands come to settle on our hips, and we will send that same circular movement into our hips for some hip circles here. So just a little bit of rotation here, back in the other direction. You can even put some bend in the knees. And then lastly, just try and get some circles going in the knees. And when we make knee circles, we're also making circles with the hips and ankles as well. Because as the knee moves, whatever is below the knee and above the knee gets affected also. So we can work our way back, get those hip circles, back to the shoulder circles, elbows, wrists, head, and finally shake it out. And you might find that you're feeling much more fluid here. You're feeling looser. This is an exercise that you can do anytime throughout the day, but particularly works well whenever you're feeling stuck, not just physically, but you might be feeling emotionally stuck or psychologically stuck on something. Maybe you've been ruminating on a problem or a challenge. Take just a few minutes break, replay this video, or make up your own variation of these exercises, and this has proven to be a very effective way at getting you out of freeze mode.